I'm going to be taking everything out of these cabinets, cleaning it out, decluttering, and putting it back together to make it more functional for my family, and I hope you will come along. Hey guys, Sarah here from Work Life Glue, where I like to help other moms create balance that sticks, and I think a huge part of creating balance in your home is having less stuff, having less to maintain, and less clutter so it's not clouding your vision and cluttering your own mind. So today I have been thinking about this kitchen for a long time and really wanting to declutter it, and I finally have a nap time where my two little ones, age 3 and a newborn, are napping, hopefully for at least an hour and a half or 2 hours, and my older daughter is in kindergarten. She is off at school. So I'm going to be tackling this as quickly as possible. I'm going to be cutthroat, I'm going to be ruthless, I'm going to just get rid of as much as I can within reason, and just get this kitchen back in working order and declutter and clean. So I have 3 goals today. My first goal is to get rid of anything we have not been using and just declutter. I just want to get rid of stuff. I'm so sick of stuff overflowing. I redid this kitchen, like took everything out and did this process, but also like reorganized it and really went crazy. It took like a whole day. I did that about 1.5 years ago. So it's really time to just go in and see what's working, get rid of anything that we're not using. So that's goal number 1. Goal number 2 is to just clean it out. I need to clean the inside and outside of the cabinets. It's just, you know, been a while and I just want to get everything clean. And then number 3 is I want to get more stuff off of the counters. So the stuff on the counter is the stuff we do use every day, but to some degree, but I think I would like some of it up in the cabinet so it's just less to look at. This kitchen I feel like has a lot going on. I would love a white kitchen. It's just not in the cards for us right now, and I just don't think it's very practical because my husband is a chef and he also runs a cookie business on the side out of this kitchen. So it has to be functional, and I don't want to have to be scrubbing cabinets every 5 seconds. Which I feel like I would have to if it was white with 3 little girls and a husband who cooks all the time and I'm cooking all the time. It just would get crazy. So it just feels kind of busy to me, I think, just because of the colors. So I just would like less, and it's not a very big kitchen. It's not a very expansive kitchen. It's definitely like a good size, but every square inch is needed, and I would like a lot less visual clutter going on, even just when it's tidy. I just feel like there's a lot going on. So I want to get more stuff off the counters. So my plan of attack is to go through each cabinet individually, take everything out, clean it, get rid of anything we're not using, put it back in a way that makes sense. And then after I've done that for the whole kitchen, hopefully there'll be some empty spaces. I can maybe move a few things around and then get some of the stuff off the counters. So that will kind of kill 3 birds with 1 stone, and do this as quickly as possible. So I'm going to take you guys along, show you what I'm doing, show you what products I'm using, and show you what I'm getting rid of. And I hope you will join me and get rid of some stuff on your own as well. I would love to see if you do declutter anything while you're watching this video or in the next week. DM me over on Instagram at SarahWLG. I love to share with you guys over there, and I love having an extension of this community over there. And if you want to comment on this video, make sure you go over to our community tab, find the thumbnail for this video, and comment there, because YouTube has disabled their comments. Feel free to email them and tell them I want my comments back, because I've tried for a couple years now and it's just not working. So let's get started. When it comes to cleaning, I'm pretty much just using 2 products. For the insides, I'm just using vinegar mixed with water. You can also add like some lemon essential oils if you want. That's just to clean the shelves. And then for the actual doors, I'm using this Trinova wood cleaner and conditioner. It really makes your cabinets just look like buttery and beautiful, and it really works well for cleaning. So that's what I'm gonna use on the outside. Our baby keeps waking up, so I keep having to run up there, put her binky back in. I think she's asleep. She's fighting it. Babies know when you're trying to get something done in a short amount of time and you need them to sleep. They know it. Don't look for perfection on this channel. That is not what I'm about. I'm about being authentic and real. That's real life, you guys. I'm not gonna have the perfect Pinterest or the container store cabinets on the inside. It's not functional for our family. I'm always changing things up. I'm not gonna spend a ton of money on all this. What I want is good enough, and I hope that's what you get out of this video and all my videos here on this channel. So I got everything out. I texted my husband because I know he has had some of these for a while. He said I can get rid of this giant one, so that'll be gone. He said to keep the rest, so I'm gonna try to contain them. I have a whole closet full of bins in the basement, so I can always pull from the dollar store mainly, so I'm gonna pull some of those. But all of this glassware we don't need to keep. I think I'll keep one vase and this one. The rest I don't need for anything, so I like this one because I can use it as a vase or use it to fill up, but the rest I don't need, and I will also keep this blue jar, but the rest I'm gonna get rid of. Then I have our bottle warmer. Our toaster sits in there, and then I have this baby stuff like my pump. That probably doesn't need to stay in here. That can go up in the baby's closet. And then I have these random parts. And this bin that I use right now daily for bottle feeding and stuff, I want to put that up, but I don't want it up too high. This is just extra, so I will keep this in here. But this I probably want to go in this cabinet, so it's really close by, I'm guessing, because I can't put it on the bottom over here. So let's see what I come up with. Making good progress. So I put all of my husband's little supplements and things and flavorings in this bin. He's got a couple other blender bottles that are like in the wash, so those are gonna go there. Toaster's where it was. I put all of my all day everyday use bottles and pump supplies right here because I can still reach it, the bottle, and then I put the pump in there, so it does fit. It's not taking up really any extra space, so that works. That's the manual pump, and then all his bigger stuff's in here. I can easily take down that extra pump stuff, and then just those 3 vase jars things. So I have this extra space here that I will figure out what I want to do with when I keep going. And then here's my donate pile so far. I had a daycare kid who took a little bit of formula, and this is all to waste. I think it's probably expired. I don't know how long you have after it's been open. It's been a few months, so I'll have to look into that. So I know there's a lot in here I can get rid of. We do not have people over enough, and when we do, they all drink bottled water anyway, so why would we ever need this many glasses? I don't know. I never go in here. It's like essential oils and stuff. So I'm gonna see what I can purge here. So from that cabinet, I'm getting rid of bottles that were for a daycare child that I had purchased that we aren't probably ever gonna use for Gwen. I have other bottles we can use. Some glasses, this whole set we don't need. Another jar. I don't know where our pitcher ever went, but here was the lid. Just some extra stuff we don't ever use. Some essential oil things I don't ever use. And then this is what the cabinet looks like now. I'm just keeping my husband's like favorite glasses he's collected, and then just a couple regular ones, a couple smaller ones that we use. Straws are here, including our reusable ones. Up here will be water bottles. And I have all this extra space, and then I moved the diffuser up here with the essential oils that we still use, and then once in a while, and then some warmer stuff, some alcoholic related stuff my husband probably would want to keep, and then I have a pitcher back there and the spray bottle he uses when he's smoking and grilling, and then he won this and it's special to him, so I know he would want to keep that. So far looking really good. And this cabinet, this one's pretty organized how I would want it. The one thing is my husband uses those cookie racks all the time, but they're in this really tall area, and I think we could fit something else there that would make more sense. And we have this space up here full of stuff we don't use very often that's pretty narrow. So since he already can't reach it without like really reach it very well anyway, I think I'm just gonna move it over there. And then we have these ice things. I only need 1, we don't need 3. And then I'll just kind of assess which of these things we actually use on a regular basis. So I'm gonna donate the pink and purple ice cube trays. We actually have a blue and a green, so I'll keep both of those just in case. And then we never use these like pasta bowls, so I'm gonna donate those. And then I'm just gonna relocate those. So now we have all that space up there. I'm sure I will figure out what to put up there that would make more sense, since we have a couple really high cabinets there and there that are kind of overflowing, so it would be nice to spread that stuff out a little bit. Next cabinet is our spice cabinet mainly. Most of the stuff we use, but I think I could organize this part a little bit better. There is some stuff to donate up there, so I'm gonna go through that. Okay, so I'm getting rid of this extra Lazy Susan I had created. I keep these beads though for sensory bins. Love that. Some expired stuff. This napkin holder we haven't used in over a year. This we haven't used in over a year. These I'm gonna put in the pantry because these are what we use in the summertime for our paper plates, but it's going to be winter. I'm gonna put these with where I keep all of our plastic cutlery, which I found another bin of, and I just have way too much. So that's going, these I do use, so I'm gonna put these in the pantry as well. So I clean everything out. It's pretty much the same, but I just put our bigger items here so that we can reach them without falling over. I put those in a different bin so it's easier. And then up here I now put those cooling racks. So when we still have a little bit of space there. Okay, this is the cabinet that I want to go crazy decluttering. So I used to have our coffee pot over here. I moved it over into the corner so it takes up less space because we don't really need to keep anything in the corner. I like it over there, but we have all the coffee stuff over here. That doesn't bother me. It's a few steps away. All I really need to grab when I'm making coffee, I actually make the coffee at night, is just a coffee filter. So I don't have any problem with, I might move those over there, but the mugs and stuff, it's not a big deal that they're over here at all to me, but we have way too many. I use the exact same mug that's in the dishwasher. My husband goes through usually 2 different mugs he uses, so there's no reason why we need all of this. Plus, something I really don't want on the counters anymore is stuff like this, like stuff that we are eating up that needs to be eaten up soon, but I don't want to put in the pantry and forget about it because they'll go bad. But I need it somewhere we can at least quickly access it, but I don't want it on the counters. I also would love a place for our water bottles and stuff when we're using them. So like throughout the day, I don't need them on the counter all the time. I'd love to be able to put them in a cabinet. So that's really what I want to be able to fit here, and just fit mugs in a little spot, and then the rest, we'll see, I guess. And I keep the grounds that we're using over here, so those are already put away. I gotta find a better spot for this. And I think this is gonna go too, but we'll get to the countertop stuff later. I just had to take a break to feed the baby, but she's back down. So this is everything I took out of that cabinet that I don't need in there. Some old expired tea. I don't need pregnancy tea anymore. I forgot these were even in here for a couple of years. Well, I don't know, we bought a new hot chocolate that's in the pantry. I forgot we even had one there. I'll show you what I'm going to do with our butter. That's our old butter dish. I'm getting rid of all of these, even though it's really hard for me because a lot were gifts or meaningful in some way, but there's no need to have it take up special space in our home. Like this was a gift from a former childcare family, and I love it, but it's not as big as my other ones that I always use, and the top broke, which I can use my other ones for it, but I already accept this as a gift. It was very sweet, but I don't need it taking up space in my cabinet. It actually brings me an icky feeling seeing it taking up space when I don't ever use it than it does, you know, if I just accept that this was a gift, that I loved it, and then say goodbye. This tray I'm going to be using in the living room. I've been wanting to have a wooden tray on our new ottoman, so that works out perfectly. And I found some My Doll. Maybe I will need that soon since I just had a baby and those days will be coming back. So this is what it looks like now. So there's a lot of extra space. So these are the mugs I'm keeping that we use often, or like my parents use when they come. I went back and forth with my milk frother, but it does work great for like hot chocolate, warming up the milk and frothing it. So I'm gonna keep that. I have my vitamins here because this is like the cabinet I go to in the morning. And now since our butter dish isn't sitting out, we don't need anything fancy. So I just put it in a Tupperware. Now I have a place for our water bottles that we are currently using for the day, and our Brita water pitcher. We don't keep it in the fridge. We mainly just use it for the coffee pot, and sometimes we'll use it to fill up water bottles, but none of us are like super into cold water, or we could always add ice. So now it's hidden, and I like that. Here we just have some taller items, some coffee like thermoses that we use often, and then coffee grounds, coffee bean grinder, our tea kettle, and then this is just like a random bin of stuff that we can't have the kids reaching, like a screwdriver and matches and a lighter and stuff that we access a lot. So that all is really great. I'm really happy with that. So this cabinet above the microwave has random stuff in it. I bought a couple of these at like a garage sale or Goodwill, these like Pyrex or casserole, whatever. Thinking we would use them for like special occasions, but we never do. We usually use crock pots or casserole dish pans that we have. I don't need those, so I'm gonna donate that. We do use the bundt cake pan, but that can go to the basement because I use it like once a year. And then just some other random stuff. That's a sink that the girls play with. That probably will stay up there. But the rest of the stuff I can probably move now that I have extra space other places. This was in a version of this. There were a bunch of candles and stuff and these like Scentsy type things, candle wax melts in the coffee cabinet. I'm gonna actually put this above the microwave since I don't use it that often, but that way I can easily find it. So for now, that's all that is gonna stay in this cabinet. And so I put all the coffee stuff in a bin, like all the coffee grounds and the filters where I can reach them, get them out every day, and then just some extra like coffee related things my husband uses will be up there. So it's next to the coffee pot, but out of reach. The next thing I'm going to tackle is this drawer with all of our kids' water bottles and stuff. I think what I want to use this drawer for instead is the food that we need to eat. So it's out of sight, but it's like in an easy to find place that we can check often. So like those cookies would be in here and stuff like that. And then I want to put most of the kids' stuff up here in bins so I can easily get it out without them all falling on me. It totally just occurred to me that our 3-year-old doesn't drink out of a sippy cup anymore. The only time we use them is if we are watching a movie. I will put hot chocolate in them for both of our girls just so it doesn't spill all over the living room because they're not very good about that. So I am going to keep 2, but I'm not going to hold on to all these for when our baby starts using them. I'll just buy them then because I might want a different kind at that point. So actually, like, most of the stuff can be donated. I'll keep the snack cups, but we don't use the Dr. Brown's bottles. Those were for a daycare child or a few daycare children over the years. So most of the stuff will be donated. That's awesome. So now I just put the water bottles and sippy cups in here, and then this has our snack cups. So really easy to get to, and cleared out that drawer. I'm really happy about this. So now that goes in there. This drawer, I am going to get rid of most of these since I don't have those containers, but most of the stuff my husband uses, so I don't want to get rid of anything. Although we kind of hate these liners. I use them mostly just for lunch boxes, so I'm going to get rid of some of those too. I mainly just tidied this and I kept 2 of every color of these. And then I got rid of all this stuff. And then a bunch of these as well. And then I'm going to relocate his little burger press because it doesn't really fit well in there. Now for the one I've been really dying to clean out. So I was a daycare provider, so we did use all these plates, but now I have 3 daughters. At the most, we would need 9 plates at the most if we never washed them throughout the day. So I want to see what just keeping 9 plates looks like and then clear out a lot of this other stuff. Okay, so this is all the stuff I'm getting rid of. Tons of baby, infant spoons and forks. These cups we never use anymore. These sippy cups we never use anymore. Random stuff. What I'm keeping, I am keeping all the silverware because as you can see, somehow they just go missing. So we have a lot more spoons than we have forks. So I just don't want to get rid of any because chances are they'll get thrown away all eventually and then I'll buy a new set. For the infant ones, I just kept 1 set of spoons and 1 set of forks. And then just like the teething and that kind of thing. These are the cups we use every day for our girls now. We do use lots of bowls for different things, crafting and eating, so I kept those. We have a couple of these being used right now, but I use those all the time for crafts as well as like muffin tin meals. And then I kept 9 plates, 3 green, 3 red, 3 blue, so each girl could have a different color that is their color, and we have enough for breakfast, lunch, and supper. And that should be good. So that feels really good. I'm also keeping this suction cup plate because it was pretty expensive for when Gwen starts to eat solids. But I'm gonna keep that up there. And I forgot to mention that I moved the paper plates out of this cabinet. I had them right here. I put them with the rest of the plates because that just makes a lot more sense. We keep a big stack in the pantry, and we just keep a small stack in here and refill it as necessary. I forgot I also have these breast milk storage bags. I think I'll just keep up here for now because that makes more sense. Down here, we mainly have stuff. This I'm gonna donate, but this is mostly just like cookie cutters and baking stuff. I don't need to do anything with this. This is stuff we use like every day, a lot of it, so it works well here. Okay, so this cabinet, I think I'm gonna have to go through with my husband. I think he probably wants to keep this sous vide thing, even though he never uses it. And he uses KitchenAid all the time, his mixer, because he uses it for cookies. I just don't know if this is the best place for it, but it's so big, I don't really know if it'll fit anywhere else. And that way he can just pull it out and bring it up. But as far as this stuff goes, I don't really know what he wants to keep. We use most of it, but it's probably not organized in the best way possible. So we got like, this probably doesn't need to stay in here. I might take that and this one. Oh, and then we have an air fryer back there we don't use anymore. I'm gonna get rid of that. Okay, actually all this does fit in here. I put the muffin tin things here. This had come undone, so I re-put that in there. The sous vide fits standing back there. His mixer sits here. And then we have this air fryer I forgot we even had that we don't ever use anymore because we use this one like every single day, and it sits on our countertop and it's way easier to clean and we absolutely love it. So that can definitely get donated, and I'm not gonna let my husband talk me out of that because I forgot we even had it. We haven't used it in over a year. As far as all these go, the main thing I need to do is just clean them because they're right by the stove, and like as I'm cleaning it gets really dirty and crumbs just get into here. It needs to be cleaned out, and then I'll just kind of see what I can donate as I go. Okay, main thing I did here is just clean up and resort everything. We do like use a few of these at a time depending on what we're cooking, so I don't want to get rid of a whole lot. My husband, especially when he's grilling, he'll use like a clean tongs for the cooked meat and another tongs for the uncooked meat, just to keep that separate. But I mainly just organize them by type, and like these little tongs we use for entertaining to like pick stuff up with, so I didn't want to donate much of that, but we are getting rid of all of this. As for the spices, all I'm going to do is clean this out and make sure none of them are expired, but I'm sure they're probably all fine because we use these often. So just pretty much clean it out and put these back in an orderly fashion. These are all back to being organized and kind of in order. And then I put all those extra ones, like my husband's mixed up, just in this bin that goes up here. As far as these three drawers over here, I don't think I'm gonna do anything. I just recently reorganized this, like put everything back in its place. This is our junk drawer. We just keep our pots and pans and stuff in here, so I know we use these all the time, so I'm not gonna really go through that. And the same with this drawer. This is mainly our like Pyrex dishware and stuff, and my husband's stuff is cookie business, so all the cookie sheets and stuff, so I'm not gonna go through that either because that's mostly his stuff. I don't want to mess with it. Under our sink, I recently reorganized as well and got rid of anything we weren't using, so I'm not gonna touch that either. As for this drawer, I'm just gonna kind of clean it up a little bit, but I also went through this one recently because I was like, I can't wait to film this video. I need to get some of it done, so I'm just gonna kind of tidy it a little bit. That is done, doesn't have to be fancy. Okay, this drawer has all of our Tupperware, and there's never a time when we use all of it at one time, so I think I'm gonna get rid of some of it because it's just a hot mess. That's so much better. So I kept 2 of all of these kinds, 3 of these bigger ones. I kept this set because we use this all the time, and this bigger one, and then these food, like meal prep ones, and then I put just enough covers to fit what we have. So if we ended up using all of them at one time, we'd have enough, and then I just put them in a bin. So much better. And then down here's kind of some random odds and ends from when I did daycare, like sharp stuff has to be locked up, so I'm gonna keep that stuff in here. We do use our food processor once in a while. We use our Instant Pot a lot, but I know we're not gonna use this. I'm gonna get rid of that. And the 3-year-old is up. It's 2:30 now. It's been 2 hours. And my older daughter just got home and I'm sure the baby will be up soon. I have 2 more cabinets to go. I'm gonna push through. And then I gotta box all this up and get in the van to donate. But the main 2 I have left are these. This one I have already done a video on. That's organized. And then this one. Okay, so this is like our appliance one. And you know what? For time's sake, looking at it, we use all of this stuff. It may not be the most organized thing in the world, but I can tackle that later. You know, this is a real life video. I'm running out of time. So we use everything in here. This is a magnetic locked one, so that's why it's all in here. So I'm just gonna leave this one alone. This one, however, we do use all this stuff. It just is not a safe way to store it. But now that we have space over in these cabinets, I'm gonna move the griddle over to one of these because that's the one I pull out the most. And then maybe the cake plate could probably go down to, the cake plate and this big bowl could go in the basement because those we only really use for entertaining. And then those would be pretty easy to access. Much better. And then I just moved the griddle up here and there's still a lot of empty space here, which I appreciate. Lastly are the countertops, which obviously are really messy right now because I'm in the middle of doing this, but I've been thinking a lot about this. And notice these coffee mugs get dusty and we never ever use them. So that's gonna get donated. And so this will be a lot cleaner looking. And actually I may put this on here. That'd be prettier. Then where would I put the coffee grounds? Okay, I still have to clean the counters, but this has to stay. This is a dumping ground, and the only way I found for it to not be a dumping ground is to have a place to put the papers and stuff that we want to reference and stuff. So, but now that we don't have that big tray, it's just our utensils here, just the coffee pot and that Scentsy warmer there, just our little thing for towels and our sponge. Just a little decor, and then this Instant Pot Vortex we use every single day. Love it, highly recommend it. It's so easy to clean. And then our little fruit stand that we keep our fresh fruit in. And then I like to put a cutting board behind this because there's an outlet here and it just kind of covers it so it doesn't look so ugly, and also behind the coffee pot. So I think that looks a lot better. I'm gonna quick clean all of this and show you guys the afters. I feel like a new woman. I'm not even kidding. I feel so good to have tackled this project in just a couple hours. Took a little longer than I expected because I had to take breaks to feed the baby, and then Granny woke up and Silly came home, but they're entertaining themselves right now. I need to go wake up the baby. Actually, she's up crying. I need to go feed her. But I'm gonna quick wrap this up. I love how this turned out. I love that I have stuff off the counter that I wanted off the counter, but still easy to reach, easy to get to. The girls know where to find stuff, I know where to find stuff, and it feels so good. We got rid of so much, and for a smaller kitchen by today's standards, not a small kitchen, but on the smaller side, especially with my husband running a cooking business out of here, we got rid of probably, I don't know, a good fraction of our stuff, and I feel so good to get rid of it, to move some stuff to the basement that we only use once in a while, and to get rid of all the stuff that we're just not using. And plus it's clean, and I don't know if you can tell on camera, but cleaning the outside of the cabinets always feels like I'm walking into a brand new kitchen because they're so like creamy, buttery, and smooth and shiny. I love it. So I'm off to enjoy my kitchen with my family and go feed my baby. Let me know if you tackled something on here, and like I said, share with me on Instagram at SarahWLG, or leave a comment over on our community tab. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye, guys. What do you think of your kitchen? What? What? Well, don't look at that. Look at the beautiful part first.
Very nice.
Yeah. Clutter free, huh?
For now.
Are you gonna help keep it that way?
I hope so.
Now look at all the stuff we're getting rid of. Well, not that. That stuff we're not getting rid of, but the top stuff.
I like it.
Yeah?
Uh-huh.